Hello guys and welcome to a new video, and in this video I'm not going to review one but actually two goalkeeper gloves. One is a match glove and the other is a training glove. One got latex on and one don't. And if you're not familiar with the glove, if you haven't seen it before, it's the VOS glove designed by the team of the Modern Day Goalkeeper. In today's episode I'm going to break down the pros and the cons, and it's been a while since I did one of these reviews. Hello guys and welcome to a new episode of The Grinding Road. A little more than a year ago with a horrible haircut. Today I think I got a better one, I don't know. I've used the VOS gloves for almost a month now, so I thought it was time to make a video where I talk about what I think, my honest review of the gloves. I'm going to be reviewing both the match and the train gloves, but I'm mainly going to focus on the train and then add on and give my thoughts on the match as well. However, on the website you can read about the gloves, and I'm going to link the website down below. And if you click in on the train gloves, you got a title where it says why wear them. So according to the VOS team, it should speed up the technical development of your handling, enhance sensitivity to the ball, plus forces you to practice apply the right amount of pressure to secure the ball, improve force absorption by grip strength, increase confidence through adversity, overcome mistakes, fear of dropping the ball, fear of the ball, improve your overall decision making, help reduce chances of injury through an improvement in heightened sensitivity, strength, timing, technique, focus. And if you read a little bit more on their website, it says not only will the glove develop you as a goalkeeper, but it will help you save money. And that has to be one of the best benefits of using the VOS gloves, up there with improving your handling and building up confidence. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about the color and design. Now, color won't really affect your way of playing, but for me, I have to say the white match gloves has to be one of the most beautiful gloves I've worn. By wearing full white or full black, that always looks very cool, and combining that with white boots, which I'm wearing at the moment, that combination can't be beaten. And then we got the train with a blue and navy color, which is also very beautiful. And depending on when I'm uploading this video, but at the moment when I'm recording this, you can pre-order a pair of full black gloves, which I think I'm going to do. And full black gloves, it's an absolute ninja mode out on the pitch. And I think they are matched as well with latex on them, so maybe something to wear in the upcoming season. As you see, both the match and the train is a strapless glove, but the wrist area goes down a little bit further, especially on the train if you compare it to the match. And I'm not going to talk about fit at the moment and sizing. I feel like these gloves don't really need a strap because this part really secures your wrist. I haven't felt in neither the match or the train that my hand have moved around inside the glove, so I think these gloves makes a good job to secure your hand. Now, as you also see, there are no roll thumb on these gloves, but what I've heard, correct me here if I'm wrong, is that this thumb is twisted a little bit inwards, so you get that perfect catch. Something that I forgot to mention is that both the gloves comes in a negative cut, which makes them feel a bit more tight around your fingers, around your hand. And that is the cut that I'm preferring to use whenever I'm buying gloves. What I also like about the VOS gloves is that they are very light. I think the weight on the match is around 90 grams. Having a light and tight glove makes it feel like it's your hands that catch the ball. It's not a super thick palm with a very chunky glove where you just put up your hands and then the gloves will do the rest. No, in the VOS, you are the one that are catching the shots. Also, I think the VOS are very easy to wash. I wash the match almost every single time after using them, and the train, well, every once in a while. When they first launched, I ordered a pair of 9 in both match and train. Match were fitting perfectly around my wrist, around my fingers, but then when I tried the train, something was off. It was not as tight around my hands, around my wrists. Even though I was trying to put them on as good as possible, there was still some air at the top of the gloves fingers. So what I did, I mailed them and asked them, and I got a very quick answer, and here is what it says. The neoprene on the train gloves need to be a little loose to be able to get onto people's hand, but the fit on fingers and palm should be similar. Anyway, after mailing back and forth a little bit, we decided that I was going to send back the size 9 of train and get back a size 8 of train. And after wearing the size 8, fitted around my hand perfectly, and I got the same feeling as when I wore the match size 9 for the first time. So if you're going with the same size, that is something to think about, that the match are going to be a bit more snug than the train. Maybe I will order a pair of 8 in match as well, just to try them out. Now for the train gloves, they cost around 40 British pound and the match around 50. So for me, I think that is a great deal. And if you're using the match gloves on only game days and maybe one training a week, then you won't have to buy new gloves every time. So I think that is a great deal. And also the train, 40 British pound, they will last you 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, I don't know. But with these, with the train, you can train almost every single day for a year and you won't even see a tearing on the palm, at least not because you're catching shots. And by using the match gloves only once or twice a week means that you don't have to buy new latex gloves every month. The idea is to use train on training sessions and use the match on game days. And I think this idea can save you a lot of money. The gloves are very similar, which is great because I think when you switch on from train to match on game days, you don't get that huge difference. Now you can wear the train and have another brand of latex glove. Then if you do that, you might feel a bit differences when you switch between them two. And the question people have asked me is, why aren't you using old pair of gloves, or why aren't you using your bare hand? The first thing I like to tell them is that the VOS train has the worst grip that you can possibly think about. Bare hands will have better grip than the VOS gloves. Old pair of gloves, no matter how much they've torn apart, will have better grip than the VOS gloves. And the idea of using VOS train is to get that gloves won't save you, you have to catch the ball. And if we want to improve that, we need to minimize the amount of help you get from the gloves. And as I've said, bare hands and old pair of gloves will help you a little bit, but by using VOS train, they won't help you at all. Also, let's come back a little bit about using bare hands. Just don't, because you can injure yourself. The VOS train is built like a goalkeeper glove without the latex palm, so you got a little bit of reinforcement on the wrist. For me, I use the train 3 to 4 times a week on team training, no matter if it's the first team or the U19. Lately, I've committed to myself to use the VOS train even with the first team, which was very difficult because if you followed the journey, you know that this was my last season in the U19. I have to step up to first team football, and I can tell you I had one of the worst sessions with the first team when I wore the VOS train. Sometimes you gotta have a bad day, and it is in training sessions where you should make mistakes to improve as a player. Anyway, I talked with the goalkeeper coach, the goalkeepers in the first team, and they know what I'm wearing, what I'm putting myself into by using the VOS train on the first team training sessions. And you know what? I think I'm going to use them next year as well, when I'm stepping up to that team, when I'm going to train with them almost every single day. And I can tell you that I used the zeros for almost a year before they launched the VOS, so I didn't start from square one. The palm on the VOS train has a great durability. But a few days ago I saw something very interesting. A few stitches on the VOS train start to torn apart. This was very interesting for me because I don't know if this is a manufacturing problem. To be honest, I don't know, but I think it could be me who just ripped them off too aggressively once. And because the fit is very snug, you have to be a little bit careful. However, I don't think this is a common problem. It isn't something I've seen earlier, so I think it could be like probably, yeah, okay. Match glove then, almost like any other glove. No stitches on these ones have torn apart. I think like the latex, it's almost like any other glove. And if you're just using the VOS match once or twice a week, then they won't tear that fast. But after a month of use, you can see some tearing. The durability on the match is almost like any other latex glove out there. In my opinion, I like the idea of no grip on training sessions, because first off, it teaches you how to catch a ball correctly. And I mean, if you can catch with VOS train, you can catch in anything. And to be honest, I would like to see if they can make a glove that is even more difficult to catch in than the VOS train. Wearing no grip gloves also forces you to focus on every shot. You can't take your eyes off the ball. You have to focus on each action at a time. First you have to catch the ball and then you can look for a quick distribution. Using VOS Train will also help you to deal with mistakes, because there will come loads of mistakes during team training when you're trying to catch a ball and then you just drop it. But then when you catch a ball, a difficult shot, then the confidence boost is insane. You know deep down that you were the non-grip and you caught a difficult shot, like that is the best feeling. Lastly, using non-grip will help you to improve your overall handling, your hand positioning, your timing, catching crosses. I believe the non-grip glove puts the goalkeeper in very difficult situations during training and makes every training session, every shot, no matter if it's just volleys into the hand, super difficult. And that is a great way to improve. By using the VOS Train, the non-grip glove will also forces you to improve your overall handling in your hand. You have to focus on every shot, and to be honest, slow shots, which a lot of spins on them, is super difficult to catch in the non-grip in the VOS Train. However, if you can catch in the VOS Train, then imagine when you put on latex on game day. As I talked about earlier, use non-grip on training, improve your overall handling, and then add latex to that, and you feel like you got super handling. I believe, as one coach once told me, make training as difficult as possible, so then on games it feels so much simpler. Alright, that's it for this glove review. However, if you got any more questions, drop them down below and I will try to answer them. In my opinion, I like the VOS Train and the VOS Match very much, and it is a glove that I probably will wear the next season, 2023. Have a great week, and I will speak with you in the next one. Bye.